Howdy, cruisers, and welcome to today's edition of Under the Covers Cruise with yours truly. I apologize, the gym where I'm staying at is not great, but I will be home soon, either today or tomorrow, depending on how certain things go. Today, we have two things to talk about, two, not five. Number one, cruise line loyalty programs, or maybe non-loyalty programs for new cruisers. All right. If you are new to cruising, if you maybe have taken your first one or two cruises and are wondering about all the amazing benefits that you can get by achieving that super high status in your loyalty program, like free drinks and free Wi-Fi and free dining and everything like that, here is my advice, the only advice you really need. All right, as a new cruiser, don't worry about it. Don't even think about it. Just stop. Don't even look at the benefits available right now. If you are just starting to cruise, the benefits really are worthless. The most important thing for you to do is find your cruise line. Find your vibe. Find out which cruise line works best for you in terms of the ships, the aesthetic, the vibe. Do you want partying? Do you want luxury? Do you want, I don't know, do you want great food? Do you want, peace and quiet? That is the most important thing for you to figure out now as a new cruiser. Do not worry about the loyalty benefits. Just start cruising to figure out where you belong. So yes, if you think, if you think you'll prefer a mainstream cruise line, definitely Sail Royal, MSC, Carnival, and there's one other in there I totally forgot. If you think you will prefer a more upscale cruise experience, Norwegian, Celebrity, Virgin, Disney, give them a try. If you are, all right, if you're older, let's not mince words here. Give Holland or Princess or Cunard a try. Although, let me tell you, I said it before, I think I am a secret Cunarder. Anyway, or luxury. If you think you want the luxury experience, yes, go ahead and give Explora or Crystal or the Ritz-Carlton or Seabourn a try. There's one more I'm forgetting, the Royal Caribbean one. Doesn't really matter. But the most important thing as a new cruiser is to find your cruise line and do not worry about the loyalty program. I know there's plenty of videos out there that talk about all the amazing benefits, and yes, I will admit that Crown and Anchor probably does have the best balance of benefits of any program, but it takes a lot to get there. I benefited a lot from being able to cruise after the nonsense. So I had a number of triple point sailings with Royal Caribbean. I had one or two double point sailings with Norwegian, and I said, Carnival never offers anything. So yeah, either way. So yeah, if you are a new cruiser and are looking at these loyalty programs and thinking about all the amazing benefits you're going to get, just stop it. Close the page, put it aside, and don't worry about it. Once you find your vibe, then it's okay to stick with that line and the benefits will come. I will say, once you find your cruise line though, it is perfectly legitimate to find sailings that do offer extra point benefits. I know Norwegian does this, Royal does this sometimes. Other cruise lines probably do it. Maybe they're not so vocal about it, but I do know Royal and Norwegian have made such offers before. Carnival, never. They never do anything. So, yeah, so do look out for those opportunities. And if you see one that you can take, they're usually longer sailings, repositioning sailings, things like that, go for it. Yes, absolutely take it, because that is a very easy and good way to up your status very, very quickly. But yes, find your vibe and the benefits will come. Next, gratuities. Again, are we going to talk about gratuities again? Yes, we're never going to stop talking about gratuities, of course. And apparently the other day, John Heald on the face page, I really should sneak back on there, even though it does seem to be only for the olds these days, but a lot of great content. Either way, he, again, had to reiterate that Carnival does distribute all of the gratuity money to the crew, and I believe him. Yes, that is 100% true. If you are one of these people who believes that the cruise line is stealing the money away from the crew and spending it on, executive bonuses, no, they're not. Every dollar, every penny that you pay in gratuities, be it on board, prepaid, charged at the restaurant, charged at the bar, charged on the packages, whatever, that goes to the crew in some way, shape, or form. In fact, it actually costs the corporation money to do this because they have to do all the accounting. But the total dollar amount that guests pay in gratuities, it does go to the crew. Now, right? So, if you believe the cruise line is stealing, stop it. You sound stupid. Don't do that anymore. What people have an issue with, I think, what I kind of have an issue with, depending on the cruise line, and we don't really know the balance, is how it's distributed, right? Because everybody participates in basically a pool, and it's just distributed based on the percentage, and it is kind of fixed. I've said this before, and which is why I just pay the automatic grats, and that's it. I don't tip additional anymore, because at this point, it is so automatic. It's part of their compensation. Everybody agrees to it. I don't want to disrupt the system, right? However, I will say that there are certain things that I can tell the crew is not happy about, and I do agree. Like, I was having a conversation with a bartender on one cruise that he was explaining exactly how much they get per swipe. So they participate in the pool, but they also get something per swipe. But he was saying that the per swipe is so low that it's kind of a why bother. And, he said this, and I was like, maybe that is true. So cruise lines, if it's too low, it's not going to incentivize them to do anything. So I do think that maybe increasing that per swipe bonus that they get might be better for the guest experience. Although I definitely can see some circumstances where not doing that would actually enhance the guest experience, because then the bartenders, they're not so concerned with just swiping orders constantly, and maybe it can be a little bit more engaging and interactive. So it goes both ways. But this, I'll tell you this, where he was working is a high throughput bar. And that is a place where incentivizing them to, run the transactions might be a little bit better for the guest experience. But again, if you're thinking that the cruise lines are stealing the gratuity money, they are not. Okay, I know how these giant corporations work. They're not going to risk getting busted for something so silly. So yeah, there you go. If you're a new cruiser, do not worry about the loyalty programs. That will come. And if you're worried that the cruise lines are stealing the gratuity money, they are not. Stop it. Ay, ay, ay. I am sure all of you have subscribed by now and left glowing comments. Not necessarily about me. I would never ask you to do that. But if you do have anything that you want us to chat about, definitely go ahead, leave it in the comments below, and maybe we will talk about it soon under the covers.